Rebecca Horn. Who is she? Why is she important? And what does she do in the art world? Born in 1944 in Germany, Rebecca Horn is best known for her installation and performative artwork. Her portfolio is full of different mediums, including film, photography, fabrics, and a multitude of others. Horn was incredibly fascinated with human perception and what made us different from other animals. She emphasized this through her intentional use of nudity and erogenous traits in her work. Additionally, Horn was obsessed with bending the limits of the human body. When Horn was 20 years old, after working continuously with fiberglass without a respirator, she fell severely ill with lung damage. Unfortunately, this led her to spending a full year in medical isolation. She recalls how her creativity took control of her, and she started sketching and sewing new works in her sickbed. Later, she would collaborate with fellow art students to create some of her most famous works, like Unicorn from 1972. She continued to focus on themes of extending and contracting the human body. Isolation and freedom. During her time spent in the sanatorium, Horn explored the boundaries of the human body. Pencil mask, which is a mask created in 1972, was a corset-like structure that would wrap around the face and held pencils pointing out. And she took a video of her moving her face back and forth with this mask on and drawing and interacting with the environment around her. Similarly, Unicorn in 1972 also used a corset-like structure to inhabit a woman's body, a nude body, and that had a horn structure at the top of her head. Both of these show the interesting ways she utilized prosthetics to extend the body. Confined to her sickbed, Horn became increasingly more lonely. She started to create works that reflected her desire to emerge with a new body, such as Cockatoo Mask, which, like the pencil mask, was built of feathers that wrapped around her face, and she invited another person to enter this area. The mask forced the participants to be both confined to the prosthetics while also being forced to connect with one another. It forced these people to enter a space that they could not leave and only pay attention to the person in front of them. Opposingly, keeping those legs from touching each other, made in 1974 to 75, focuses on forcing the participants to get away from one another while being forced to stay together with strong magnets. Similar to her other work, it used fabrics that looked like a corset-bound structure, almost medical in a way, and it lined one person's leg and then the other person's leg, and on the sides there were strong magnets that were pulling them together, and the objective was to force your legs apart from the other person. Rebecca Horn often focused on the duality of restrictive and extensive prosthetics. She used similar technology as her finger gloves from 1972 to create scratching both walls at once from 1974, a work dependent on the intention of the human body to interact with the environment around her. The video shows her walking through the space with her arms extended outward, being able to touch both sides of the room. Her action of reaching across the room to the other side speaks on her drive to escape her isolation and reach out to others. Eventually, after she was able to leave her sickbed and recover somewhat, she created In the Triangle in 1973 to 74. It was a large red triangle with a silhouette cut out of a woman, and it really, while it looks isolating, like you're in a red triangle that is juxtaposing the environment around her, it really did define her moment of breaking her isolation and loneliness and becoming one with the world again. Conclusion and takeaway. Unfortunately, Rebecca did die on September 6, 2024. Her work has left a lasting impression on the art world, however. Her legacy speaks on the fragile relationship people have with one another and the impact we have on each other. Her medical history also gives her work a sense of dichotomy between the delicacy and strength of the human body. She displays such ideas through her prosthetics as well as her materials. Her contrasting, stiff, medical, corset-like structures with the softness of the feathers shows the way that human interaction is fragile and delicate. While she has unfortunately passed away, her work is long enduring of time and continues to be great inspiration to performative artists today.